Good morning to everyone out there in YouTube land. I am Stephen from Deleted Scenes, and I want to welcome you this morning to episode 30 of Saturday Serial. Matt is still in the land of bad internet connections. He is going to try and join us this morning, if possible. So don't fret, he is alive and very well. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in case you forgot, the twin flames are together. So hopefully they will be able to join us today. A couple of little bits of housekeeping. I reached 50 subs on my own channel, so I'm very happy about that. And I also got to see In Search of Tomorrow, the documentary that I am a credited associate producer on. If you go to my channel, you will see the video about that. So I'm feeling really good right now. So if anybody who has not yet seen In Search of Tomorrow, what are you waiting for? It's a great doc, especially if you love 80s era science fiction, which I most certainly do. A little bit of unfortunate news. As some of you may have heard, Taylor Hawkins, the drummer of Foo Fighters, passed away very suddenly overnight. Our prayers go out to his family and the other members of the band and to their fans. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? Oh, wait, I'm hosting the show. So you're supposed to be asking me that. Stephen, what exactly are we going to be talking about this morning? Well, I'll tell you. We're going to go to share screen. And we are going to go to the weekly catch-up, which, of course, as you know, is written by our good friend Greg Dean Smits of Rotten Tomatoes, who has saved this broadcast time and again, especially when I'm hosting. Now, here we go with the headlines. Marvel planning to introduce Cosmic Hero Nova and more movie news. A Godzilla versus Kong. I have not added the stream. Okay. I had to boomer it somehow just so everyone would know it was me. Yes, here we go. Once again with the take two. All right. Let us go on with the weekly catch up once again by Mr. Greg Dean Smits for the week ending March 25th, 2022. Marvel planning to introduce Cosmic Hero Nova and more movie news. A Godzilla vs. Kong sequel, a live action Voltron, biopics for Colonel Sanders and Anna May Wong, and new roles for Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Seth Rogen, and Ciara. And before we get started, for anyone in the chat or anyone who is watching us on delay, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. we are going to move on to our first story, and yes, here it is: Marvel hero Nova to join the MCU. In the first Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014, director and co-writer James Gunn included the Nova Corps as something of a supporting cast and comedic foils. Many Marvel fans, however, were excited to see the Nova Corps on film, even if their uniforms were a little off, because it suggested that the Marvel Cinematic Universe could someday introduce one of the Earth heroes known as Nova. The first Nova, Richard Rider, was introduced in 1976 and went on to be in supergroups like the New Warriors, Defenders, Secret Avengers, and Guardians of the Galaxy itself. There was also a time when Richard Rider was presumed dead, and another younger Nova, Sam Alexander, took over. He was also on a few teams, notably the Avengers and the Champions. We bring up both Nova heroes because there is some mystery around this week's news that Marvel Studios is now developing a solo Nova project. In addition to it being unclear which Nova the film would be about, some sources are presuming Richard Rider, but that wasn't yet confirmed. It's also unknown if Nova will be a feature film or perhaps one of Disney Plus streaming series like WandaVision, Hawkeye, and the upcoming Moon Knight. Whatever it turns out to be, it's currently being adapted by screenwriter Sabir Pirzada. Excuse me if I mispronounced your name, sir. Who also wrote 2 episodes of Moon Knight. Alrighty, so ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're finally going to get a Nova film. That, of course, was teased in the original Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a surprise hit. No one was, I should say anyone outside of the comic book realm was not really familiar with the Guardians. I gotta say, I wasn't familiar with them either. So that movie was a genuine surprise, and I like the sequels, and I like how they eventually fit in with the Avengers later on. So, okay, chat, or anyone watching us on delay, comment, Nova. Are you looking forward to this? Would you prefer to see Sam Alexander over Richard Rider? Who do you think should play the characters? Let me know. I'm curious to see what your choices would be. I'm not familiar with the character personally, so I can't really judge who should play the character. We don't even have a director yet, so this is very, very early on in production. But I'm interested. We're going to move on to our next story: a Godzilla vs. Kong sequel to begin filming this year. This is probably an understatement, but over the past 2 years, the COVID-19 pandemic has made it extremely difficult to judge the box office success or failure of many films that actually had theatrical releases. All of the Warner Brothers films of 2021 were especially handicapped by the decision to release the entire slate day and date, both in theaters and on HBO Max. For example, the $100 million domestic box office of an ambitious monster movie like Godzilla vs. Kong might seem like a disappointment compared to the budget, though it did earn over $468 million worldwide. But HBO Max had to have an impact on that number. Warner Brothers was apparently satisfied with the film's haul because Legendary Entertainment is moving forward with plans for a sequel, which will start filming in Australia later this year. The premise of the new film, including what monsters might be featured, is not yet known. Godzilla vs. Kong director Adam Wingard has not been officially confirmed to return for the sequel, but he was reportedly in talks for the job last year, at which time the premise was rumored to be a remake of Son of Kong. Of course, the question is, who is Mrs. Kong? Who has yet to have been seen. Yeah, I mean, Godzilla versus Kong, that was a fun movie to go and see. It was that perfect summer movie, and it came out right when we really needed something silly. And it is a silly movie, in my opinion, but good. Uh, it's a live action cartoon, isn't it? Godzilla versus Kong. Lizard punches monkey for an hour and 45 minutes. It's we got what we paid for. Uh, I'm not the first to bring this up. Airing day and date on HBO Max really hurt the box office for Godzilla versus Kong. That was $1 billion movie, easy, and they left a lot of money on the table going day and date. And I understand why they did it, and I know that all of the theaters weren't open yet, and but I mean, if you have a chance to go for the money, you take it. I mean, this was an easy W for Warner's. But hey, I mean, 468 million. That's not bad. I'm just saying it could have been much much better. Uh, but we'll see. All right, so chat. Uh, Godzilla versus Kong. What did you think? Are you looking forward to the sequel? Would you like to see the Son of Kong storyline play out on present day IMAX screens? Let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing what you think. I tell you personally, I'm a big fan of the Godzilla films. Uh, I mean, some more than others. The 1998 movie didn't do much for me, and 2014 I thought was not focused. Uh, Spoiler alert: killing Bryan Cranston's character off so early in the movie when he's like the emotional glue of that movie, and once he's taken away, the movie really loses something. And of course, there's not enough of Godzilla in it. I mean, you don't need me to tell you. Anyone who has seen Godzilla 2014, I think we all agree that movie has its faults. And I think we can agree on what those faults are. Uh, Although the Halo jump sequence I thought was magnificent. It almost makes the movie. Almost. Uh, King of the Monsters, I wasn't a fan of that one. But we got Ghidorah and we got Rodan and we got Mothra, which was uh, which was a pleasant surprise. Um, I had some issues with it story wise. It's like I finally they gave us the monsters, but still the human part of it, um, with the exception of Ken Watanabe, I thought was kind of underwritten, as tends to happen. I mean, you don't go to see these movies for the human characters, but personally, I'd like to see the human scenes be just as exciting as the monster scenes. But that's me. But ultimately, we're there for the monsters. Um, I'll tell you, the first time I ever saw a Godzilla movie was actually a triple feature, which played when I was just knee high to a jackrabbit. at a now defunct, unfortunately, movie theater called the Fox Theater, and that was kind of like the cool theater to go to because they showed like Rocky Horror Picture Show, midnight showings, and they had all like the cool horror movies, and they had the monster movies, and Apocalypse Now played there for so long. There was actually a mural painted on the side of the building that was kind of like, home of Apocalypse Now. It kind of like played on a loop for years. It was good times. Good times. Evil Dead, pretty much anything with Bruce Campbell. you know, that was a lot of fun. I wish you guys could have been there to see it. But yeah, just being a little kid and spending whatever it was 6 hours or so straight through watching Godzilla movies. I'm sure we drove our parents insane. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time. All right, so we're going to move on from Godzilla versus Kong, and we're going to move on to our next story. Biopic for groundbreaking actress Anna May Wong in the works. Long before she was one of the characters on the Netflix drama Hollywood, Anna May Wong was a real life actress of Chinese descent who was one of the very first Asian movie stars with a career in Hollywood. That dated all the way back to 1919 in The Red Lantern. Wong may soon get more time in the spotlight because a biopic about her life is now in development at the British production company Working Title Films. Gemma Chan, who played Circe in The Eternals, as well as roles in Crazy Rich Asians, Captain Marvel, and Raya and the Last Dragon, will star as Anna May Wong and serve as executive producer. Screenwriter David Henry Wang, who's also working on Disney's live-action remake of Hunchback of Notre Dame, just of Notre Dame. Yeah, I know, and other foul up. It's early. Okay. Words and Pictures joining us in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Words and Pictures is a good friend of the channel, and he's in the chat for Jedi Bill 797's Saturday afternoon Western Theater, which I've become a part of over the last few weeks. Words and Pictures, he always has a lot of cool insights. He says he is listening in but busy. Yeah, I know how that is. Usually I'm listening in and busy myself, but here I'm part of the show. Good to be here. Well, I am glad you're here, man. We're going to have to go back over the early part of the show. There's going to be a live action Nova film for the MCU and a sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong, which appears to be the Son of Kong storyline. And we are moving on to the rest of our story here, which is going to be a biopic of the actress Anna May Wong, who had a career in Hollywood during the silent film era. All right. Gemma Chan from The Eternals is going to be starring. Screenwriter David, and she's also going to be executive producing the film. And screenwriter David Henry Wang, who's also working on Disney's live-action remake of Hunchback of Notre Dame, has been hired to adapt the screenplay from the 2012 biography Anna May Wong, From Laundryman's Daughter to Hollywood Legend, with Wong's niece Anna Wong also serving as a consultant. Yes. Present-day Hollywood often complains about the lack of diversity, but it was always there in Hollywood the entire time, and Anna May Wong is certainly an example of that. You know, she's really the classic immigrant story, coming from all the way from China to come to Hollywood and become successful. She really had quite a story. I mean, obviously it was an uphill climb, but yeah, this could be interesting. I'm looking forward to this. So, okay, chat. What do you think? We have an Anime Wong biopic. Gemma Chan starring and producing. Um, of course, is listed here. Gemma Chan was also in the Eternals, Crazy Rich Asians, Captain Marvel, Raya and the Last Dragon. Um, she was in the TV show Humans. Um, are you a fan of hers? Are you looking forward to the movie? Did you see the Netflix series Hollywood? I did not, so I can't speak to it. Um, and apparently, we're going to get a live action remake of Hunchback of Notre Dame as well, um, from Disney. Okay, so chat. Hey, there's a lot there in that paragraph that we found out. So yeah, that's a lot to chew on. All right, we're going to move on to story number 3. And oh, hello, Daniela. Ratcatcher 2 from the Suicide Squad joins Fast and Furious 10. All right. One of the fun new characters introduced in last year in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad was Ratcatcher 2, played by Portuguese actress Daniela Melchior. This week, Melchior became the second DCEU star to join Fast and Furious 10. Set to be released May 19th, 2023. After Aquaman star Jason Momoa recently joined the sequel as one of the franchise's new villains. No details about Melchior's character are currently known, including whether she will be an ally or one of the villains. It's also not yet known if another star from the Suicide Squad, John Cena, will reprise his character from last year's F9. Alrighty, hey, if they wanted to get my butt into a seat and watch this movie, this is certainly a step in the right direction. I loved her in the Suicide Squad. I thought she stole that movie, and yeah, she's cute too. So that certainly helps. Not so sure about all the rats. I don't know if they'd like me. I'm kind of with Bloodsport on that one. I'm not sure about the rats themselves. Okay, gotta be honest. I haven't seen the Fast and Furious movies after the first one, so I have a lot of catching up to do. Um, I have not seen the spin-off movie either, Hobbs and Shaw, with The Rock and Jason Statham. I understand The Rock's not going to be in this one because of some behind-the-scenes shenanigans. Apparently, he and Vin Diesel don't really get along too well, from what I understand. So, unfortunately, it's looking like he's probably not going to be in this one. It was my understanding originally that Jason Momoa was cast to possibly replace The Rock and play Hobbs. But apparently that's not the case. He's going to be the villain this time around. And I also heard this might be the last out of the series. But I'm willing to bet if it makes a crap ton of money. There will be a Fast and Furious 11. Uh, okay, so chat. Fast and Furious. We got a new one coming up next year. The cast of new characters is shaping up here. And, so, what do you think of the films? Uh, have they gone away from the charm that the first movies had? Do you think it's gone too far into the world of CGI? Let me know. We're going to move on. Pop singer Ciara, uh, Tiara. I'm not sure if I mispronounced that again. I'm sorry. Joins the Color Purple musical. Just 1 year after Steven Spielberg. Hold on, overshot you. Just 1 year after Steven Spielberg directed his own first movie musical by remaking West Side Story, another film of his is also being revived as a musical. Specifically, we're talking about The Color Purple, Spielberg's 1985 adaptation of the eponymous Alice Walker novel. That novel was also adapted as a Broadway musical in 2005. And it's that musical that Warner Brothers is now adapting for a big screen release on December 20th, 2023. There have been a number of casting announcements over the last several months, as the ensemble grew to include people like Taraji P. Henson, Halle Bailey, not to get confused with Halle Berry, Fantasia, her, Danielle Brooks, Coleman Domingo, Louis Gossett Jr., and Corey Hawkins. The latest name to be added was singer and multi-hyphenate Ciara, who also will play the adult version of the character Nettie, the younger version of whom will be portrayed by Halle Bailey, the star of Disney's upcoming live-action remake of The Little Mermaid, set to be released the week after Fast and Furious 10 on May 26th of 2023. All right. Good cast. Again, we're getting a remake. And I'm getting kind of tired of remakes. I don't know about the rest of you. But, I'm not familiar with the musical adaptation. I don't know how good it is. Obviously, they thought it well enough to make a film version of that. My advice would be, maybe give this one a chance. I read the book when I was in school. I would recommend reading the book and going back and seeing Spielberg's film from the '80s. I think it's pretty much the best acting performance of Whoopi Goldberg because she completely disappears into the character of Celie. I don't necessarily agree with all of her politics, but I will give her Color Purple. She's outstanding in that movie. You completely forget it's her. She disappears. So I recommend the movie. Yeah. So all right. To the chat, Pacific 414. Thank you very much for joining us. Pacific has his own channel, so please check him out. And don't forget to share out his link and subscribe to his channel. All right. Pacific, since you're here and you've joined us late, We've got a new Godzilla and King Kong movie coming up. We also have Nova joining the MCU. And we have an Anna Wong biopic starring Gemma Chan. And now we have a film version of The Color Purple musical coming up next year. All right. Don't want to neglect the chat. Words and Pictures is also here with us, listening in from home. And as I just mentioned, Pacific 414 has joined us. Very nice. Yeah, it turned out to be a busy week, entertainment wise, and we have some more stories. So we're going to move on. Seth Rogen joining Aziz Ansari's directorial debut. Oh my God, he looks stoned even there. Okay, I'll stop. All right. All right. Let me take a sip of tea here before we go on with our story. So take a drink, smoke them if you got them. All right. For those of you joining us late who might be wondering where my partner in crime, Matt Allen, might be, he is in an area where internet is spotty at best. He might still be able to join us later on in the show. I hope he will. But if not, nothing to fear. I'm still here, and we're going to go on with the show. Tez made this. Hello. Welcome to the show. It's my first time seeing you in the chat, so I want to welcome you to the show. This is episode 30 of Saturday Serial, and we're an entertainment news show, and we like to talk about the good things that come out of Hollywood, and then that tends to be few and far between sometimes, but we have some fun here. We're going to move on to our next story here. With his Netflix series Master of None now apparently finished, Aziz Ansari is preparing to make his feature film directorial debut with a Searchlight Pictures project called Being Mortal, which will be an adaptation of the nonfiction book Being Mortal, Medicine, and What Matters in the End. Ansari will also star in the movie, which begins filming next month, alongside the already announced Bill Murray. The third actor to join the project this week was Seth Rogen, who's coming off a key role in the Hulu miniseries Pam and Tommy. There may be some corporate synergy going on there because Searchlight Pictures is also stepping up their production of films for streaming on Hulu. But Being Mortal is confirmed to be receiving a theatrical release in 2023 before eventually streaming on Hulu. We brought this movie up before, Being Mortal, when it was announced that Aziz Ansari was going to be starring and directing. And once again, when Bill Murray was announced, now we have Seth Rogen in the cast. All right, again, we don't know much about the movie past that. I have not read the book. Maybe some of you have. I know some of you have probably seen Pam and Tommy by now. I haven't had the chance to get to it, unfortunately. but I've been hearing some pretty good things about that. All right, so Being Mortal, Aziz Ansari starring and directing, and he's starting to build up the cast. So, what do you think? Does this sound like something that might interest you? Any Aziz Ansari fans? Are you a fan of Seth Rogen? Are you looking forward to this just to see Bill Murray? Hey, all right. So let me know in the chat. We're going to be moving on to our next story. Michael B. Jordan producing a post 9/11 drama starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Yes, Black Manta himself. He's going to be back on screen. Many actors have production companies, but some of those companies are more prolific than others. And some of those stars are more involved in the process than others. Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Will Smith, who basically willed the recent Academy Award nominated King Richard into existence, are among the more actively involved stars. But we can now add Black Panther and Creed star Michael B. Jordan to the list. And you can see a list of his current producing credits right here. Okay, well, we'll maybe hit on that later. Jordan has landed one of his producing credits at Amazon Studios as the streaming service has picked up the rights to host a 9/11 drama, I Helped Destroy People. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, whose credits included Aquaman, HBO's Watchmen, and last year's Candyman reboot, and The Matrix Resurrections, is already attached to star in the drama as, quote, the FBI's only black agent in its Minneapolis field office, and a first-hand witness to the racist and xenophobic practices of his colleagues and superiors, who after 9/11 became involved in surveillance of Muslim and immigrant communities. The film is based upon this story in the New York Times, which gets into more details likely to be included in the film's plot, but we're not going to spoil any of that here. All right. I mean, a pretty heavy subject matter, of course. We were raw after 9/11, and a lot of innocent Muslims born and raised here in this country, they had a rough time of it there for a while. And again, without going too far into the political realm, because that's not what we do here, the FBI and civil rights have not always mixed. So this is going to be some hard hitting stuff here. Understandably, I have not read the article that this is based on. That's something I could look into. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty heavy, pretty dark. But they got some star power behind it for sure. All right. Tez made this talking about our previous story. I like Seth and Ansari in Parks and Rec was great. Yeah, I understand. Parks and Rec was definitely has its fan base. Uh, Unfortunately, I only saw a few episodes of it, so I can't judge it on a whole. But it's got a rabid fan base, so I'm sure they'll be there for this film. All right. Um, yeah. we got a. This is going to be a dark movie. It's called "I Help Destroy People." It's apparently based on a true story, and it's going to be dark. But I'm sure it's going to be well done. We'll have to keep our eye on that one and see who else gets added to the cast. We're going to move on to what will hopefully be a fun story. uh, will the Colonel Sanders biopic be finger looking good? Yes, I certainly hope it will be. All right. Modern fast food enthusiasts may not know this, but the Colonel Sanders character, that is the mascot for the restaurant franchise Kentucky Fried Chicken, was in fact the real founder of the franchise, Harlan Sanders, who held the honorary title of Kentucky Colonel. During his life, Colonel Sanders was a devoted promoter of the KFC brand, playing himself in a cameo in the 1970 biker movie Hell's Bloody Devils. Wow. New one on me. I didn't know that one. Learn something new every day. Which set KFC apart from the other fast food chains like McDonald's and Burger King that used fictional characters as their mascots. The Colorful Life of Colonel Sanders is now in development as a biopic to be adapted from the book The Colonel's Secret, 11 Herbs and a Spicy Daughter. Oh. Written by his real-life daughter, Margaret Sanders. The current title for the biopic is A Finger-Lickin' Good Story, The Life of Colonel Sanders, but it's possible that it might be shortened by time of release. All right, yeah, I like this already. We are we're in need of a good lighthearted movie right about now. I'm old enough to remember when the original Colonel Sanders was still doing the KFC commercials. I'm dating myself with that. I know. Uh, yeah, you got a Gen Xer here, kids. I go back a ways. Uh, yeah, this is really going to hinge on who they get to play Colonel Sanders. This is going to be a fun one, folks. I can't wait. I like this already. All right. In the chat, Tez made this. Hey, let Matt know we have more members now, and he's welcome to post the videos and streams with us. Okay. Yeah. I will most certainly let him know. And so Tez, since we're meeting for the first time, you have your own channel, I take it. All right. That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna let. Yeah, I will give Matt your message. Hopefully, he'll be joining us sometime before the end of the show because we still have a little ways to go here. So you might get a chance to tell him in person. Yes, I do retro games and stuff. Cool. Yeah. All right. That's cool. I like the gamer channels and especially the people who go back in time and get a little retro. Matt knows about YouTube Connect. It's a networking thing for YouTubers. Right on. Alrighty. Well, I'm certainly going to make a note of that. And if he unfortunately can't make it onto the show with us today, I'll certainly DM him and I'll let him know. All right. And it is good to meet you too, Tez. We are here every Saturday at the same time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. We have more members now, so you can get your stuff out there. Oh well, that's certainly something that I'm going to look into because I just recently started my own channel. I actually just hit 50 subs on my channel last night, so yeah, I'm feeling really good about that. I'm starting to develop a little fan base of my own. Alrighty, we are going to move on to our next story. And geez, look at this. Play-Doh to be molded into an animated kids movie. Huh. Play-Doh to movie. All right. Yeah, check us out. You would be welcome. Uh, certainly. I will most certainly track down your channel and yeah, I'll give you a follow. Yeah, because I'm starting to get into the gamer channels now. I don't do a gaming channel myself, uh, unless you want to see me get killed in these things real fast, like I tend to do. Uh, but yeah, sure, yeah. I'm definitely going to keep you in mind, and it's nice meeting you, and I'm glad you're here. I hope you join us every week. All right. In the meantime, oh, we have a Play-Doh movie. At least two of the biggest toy companies are currently devoted quite actively to building a stream of projects based upon their various toy and game brands. Mattel made the news cycle recently as people responded to the list of 14 different properties that are currently in development. We won't list them all, but they include Barbie, Barney, Hot Wheels, and Masters of the Universe. Then, of course, there's Mattel competitor Hasbro, the company behind franchises. Hold on. It's not just for gamers, our group is for small YouTubers and completely free. Cool. Right on. LOL, ignore me and stick with the show. No, I'm not ignoring you. I'm a one man band and I'm kind of watching a couple of different screens here. I'm getting used to the whole StreamYards thing, so bear with me. Uh, all right, Tez, you're going to be a character. I like you already. All right, and the lovely Sherry has joined us. Yes, as you know, the lovely Sherry is my stalker, and from what I understand behind the scenes, has a pretty wicked sense of humor. Uh, and of course, Tez saying hello. Yes, I'm your best stalker. Yeah, oh, you most certainly are. You most certainly are, Sherry. All right. This is the part of the show I like when we get to interact with each other here in the chat because it's good to know that I'm not just talking to myself here, which I kind of do anyway, I suppose. All right. So we have Sherry with us. We have Tez made this, who has his own channel. And Sherry also has her own channel, and I have a channel, and we can all have channels. We had our good friend Words and Pictures here with us earlier, who is listening in from home. Words and Pictures, if you're still with us, let me know in the chat if you have your own channel or not, or if you have any plans for that in the future. Because I'm sure you'll have an interesting one. Yeah, you have some. Everybody here has really great insights into movies and video games and whatnot. So yeah, and you get to teach me, the old guy, a thing or two. So all right, we're going to finish our Play-Doh story here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Play-Doh movie on the way. All right. Am I a DC or a Marvel guy? I'm a bit of a mixture of both. I was always a Batman fan, and Superman, of course. I was knee high to a jackrabbit when they had the Wonder Woman TV series with Linda Carter on the air. And as far as Marvel, um, I like some of the Marvel stuff. When I was younger, they had a comic book series from Marvel that took place in Vietnam during the war, and followed this one character through his tour of duty. I read that. The GI Joe comic was a favorite of mine back in the day, and yeah, I'm more of an independent. And oh, ladies and gentlemen, do I have a surprise for you? Matt has made it. Matt, you're muted, buddy.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Ladies and gentlemen, my partner in crime and the boss man, the leader of our channel, his channel, Bud Boy Productions, Matt Allen, joining us. How
I
are
have
you?
I have finally made it. I don't know how well I'm going to be coming through and how long this connection is going to last, but
Mm-hmm. Oh no, hey, you're muted again.
yeah, I'm not doing too great with this connection. How am I sounding?
We can hear you right now. Yeah, you're coming in
Okay.
loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, there we go. That's good then. How's everybody doing? You're all right.
Okay. Yeah, we have your buddy Tez made this in the chat.
How's it going, Tez? How's it going? And I've just spotted Sherry as well. How you doing, Sherry? Hope everybody's having a great morning so far.
Yeah, we have the lovely Sherry. We have Words and Pictures in the chat as well.
Howdy, words and pictures. Good to see you.
Okay.
So, what have I missed? What have I just interrupted?
Well, it seems we have a Play-Doh movie on the
What?
way.
What?
A
What?
Play-Doh movie.
Okay. Play-Doh. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
Not, not,
I
not,
know.
not
Mhm.
not exactly what you'd
Go ahead.
expect to have turned into a movie, but you know.
No.
Oh dear.
It's certainly it's certainly a surprise for certainly a surprise for me. Yeah. Um,
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
Tez has got a message for you here. Hasn't
yeah.
spoken to you for ages since before you used. Tez, go ahead and retype into the chat the previous message. Now that Matt is here, he can discuss that with you more directly because or maybe I can scroll back and get that back on the screen.
Okay. Let's
Yeah,
have a
here's the
look at.
message from earlier that more members and you're still welcome to post videos and streams with them. So,
Oh, thank you, Des.
yeah.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, like I said, I've been struggling with connection over here, but you know, I managed to piggyback on some Wi-Fi, so that's why I don't know how strong the connection is, but I really appreciate that though, Tez. Thank you very much for keeping us alive there. That's
And,
awesome. And I gotta say, for talking keeping us alive, Stephen, thank you so much for being the guy who has been running the show for us. Like you've been doing a great job, man.
well, I haven't completely sunk your channel yet, so we're good. Well, yeah, we've been getting some pretty positive feedback, so I'm very happy about that. That everybody's been enjoying the show in your absence. We've really missed you here, man. I've had a lot of people ask me, so when's Matt coming back? When's Matt coming back? And Matt is back and he's here. He's just in an area that where the internet connection is even worse than mine. So,
Yeah,
which is why I'm not on screen right now. But
that's why I've stayed off the camera as well because I've just figured
yeah,
I've had to keep the audio open, and that's probably going to be enough.
no. I tried to do a test live stream last night, and my camera conked out on me in the middle of that, so I had to scrap that. And
Ah,
yeah,
yeah,
until I yeah,
they don't seem to like the cameras.
no, they don't. They don't.
Oh, to give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. Okay. While Matt gets things cleared up on his end, we're going to go on with the story here. Uh, a feature film about Play-Doh, ladies and gentlemen. The latest Hasbro film project to move forward in development is Play-Doh, the popular moldable clay brand, which is now being adapted as a family-friendly animated film. The Play-Doh
Oh,
movie will be
quickly, just go on quickly, go on quick
oh,
thing
mhm.
because she's a bit busy running around like crazy at the moment. Like Julie wants to say hi.
Oh, right on.
Go on, give us a shout.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Julie.
Hi, Stephen. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm great.
Right on. Ladies and gentlemen, Wonder Julie has joined us for the first time.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. I'm just making breakfast over here.
What are you making?
I'm just doing some French toast and some scrambled eggs.
French toast and scrambled eggs.
Oh, right on. Save me a plate. I'll be right over.
Yeah.
This should
All
take
right.
me a few minutes to walk over there from here.
Right.
All right, I'm back in 2 seconds, guys.
Alrighty. All right. Where were we? Play-Doh. Produced by John M. Chu, who was the director of Crazy Rich Asians in the Heights. The Play-Doh screenplay will be written by Emily V. Gordon, who might be best known for writing the screenplay for The Big Sick, which stars her husband Camille Nanjiani in a romantic comedy about their own lives. In related news, the still developing sequel to Crazy Rich Asians got a new screenwriter this week. Okay. I can't help but laugh at this. This is a Play-Doh movie. Yes, Tez, save me from this segment of the show. sometimes make these live streams take on a life of their own. Well, this one certainly did. Well, it's bad enough that you have my goofy ass hosting the show today. We have a Play-Doh movie. And I can't help but laugh.
I mean, it's not like they're short. They're
Uh-oh. Oh, live YouTube, folks. Okay.
I don't know. This Play-Doh film is looking a bit crazy. That's what I'm saying.
I know. Oh man. But I mean, it's got some heavy hitters behind it, though.
Yeah.
With, the director of In the Heights and the writer of The Big Sick.
I mean, is it going to be like a Toy Story-esque sort of story, or?
I got to think it will be. This is the first I'm hearing about it, and there aren't any details in the article. But I got to think it's going to be somewhere along the lines of Toy Story. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, John M. Chu, he's pretty good with what he does. So yeah, it could be good. It could be interesting.
Yeah. I liked Crazy Rich Asians. In the Heights was one of my favorite movies from last year.
In the Heights was very good. Very, very good, I have to
say. Got shorted at the Oscars. Didn't get any nominations, which is a freaking travesty. But unfortunately, we don't get to choose who gets nominated.
No, unfortunately we don't. And you got to wonder sometimes the people who are doing these nominations, I swear to God, they must be half asleep most of the time.
So do you have any favorite? Speaking of the Oscars, do you have any favorites in any of the categories?
I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know all of the nominations. I've been quite far away from the entertainment world for a while. So I got engaged, everybody. Yay! I got engaged.
I didn't know if you wanted to announce that, so I held that back.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah,
Matt and Julie are engaged, ladies and gentlemen. So big round of applause to
thank you, everybody.
To the happy couple.
But so I've been away from the world of entertainment. I'm not too sure who's been nominated. Hold on, let me just quickly put it up here. Noms, don't kick me off the Wi-Fi, please. Okay. So nominees. Oh, all right then. So we've got Nightmare Alley for Best Picture. Dune. That's cool. That's good. That's good. Belfast. I still haven't watched Belfast. The Power of the Dog. I don't know what that one is. King Richard. Haven't seen that. Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up is apparently really like. I know Judy really likes Don't Look Up. Drive My Car. I haven't seen. Licorice Pizza. I've heard of, but not seen. West Side Story, again, I know that's the musical from Steven Spielberg right there, and Coda, another one I haven't seen. So, out of the best pictures there, Dune, yes, why not? I'll take Dune. Best actors, so we've got Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom. Andrew Garfield.
Before you go on with that, Matt, I'm sorry to interrupt. Tez has to leave us.
Okay, Tez.
Guys, unfortunately, got to go, but nice meeting you, dude. We'll chat with you later, Matt. Good luck with your channel. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tez.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And have a great day, dude.
Thank you for being here. Yeah. What Tez is referring to, Matt, in case you didn't hear it earlier in the show, my channel hit 50 subs last night.
Woo! Yeah, nice, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we also have my pal Words and Pictures congratulating you on your engagement.
Thank you so much, Words and Pictures. Really appreciate the congratulations. I will pass those on to Julie straight off.
Alrighty. You were saying.
Right, yeah. So I just got moved on to the Best Actor nominees. So Andrew Garfield. I do feel Andrew Garfield is a very underrated actor, and he deserves some more recognition than what he's getting. Javier Bardem, Will Smith. Okay, Will Smith getting an Oscar nominee. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Humperdinck Bandersnatch. Okay. Denzel Washington as well. Oh, all right,
Yeah,
okay.
Macbeth.
There's
Yeah.
some good actors in that category right there. Best actress. Okay, we got Jessica Chastain. Okay, Kristen Stewart. Oh, crikey! All right, Penelope Cruz, Olivia Colman. Olivia Colman, she's a British actress as well.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman as well. Oh, okay. So again, a couple of names in there I wouldn't expect to see, like, but yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, again, I don't think I've seen any of the films that they've been in. Like I say, I've been completely out of the loop. And then the next one that I've got here is best original songs. So you know, Billie Eilish, Diane Warren, Van Morrison, why not?
Yeah.
Lin Manuel Miranda, and also Beyonce. Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
Fair
we
enough.
have Bone in the chat saying hello and is congratulating you as well.
Thank you very much, Bone. Thank you very much.
Well-
Appreciate the congratulations.
So welcome to the show, Bone.
We obviously Bone with the kitty emoji. So
Uh-oh.
all right. Yeah. Well, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm going to have to exit soon because I'm going to go and
okay.
I'm going to grab some breakfast because I managed to get on here last minute. So,
All right. Well, I'm glad you're able to join us here, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like I say, hopefully I'll be able to get on a bit earlier next week and say hi and try and get things rolling with you, Stephen, again. So, but yeah, thank you so much, everybody in the chat, for joining us and like for showing Stephen some support as well. Like I really appreciate that. I mean, Stephen is absolutely awesome. Like so, yeah, and thank you for the congratulations, everybody, as well. And I'll be trying to catch up, and I'll see you all soon.
Alrighty, take care, boss man.
All right then, big love, everybody. Peace and love, and Stephen, keep up the amazing work, my friend.
Will do.
All right then, laters.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we got a treat. Matt made it onto the show. Yeah, I'm. And once again, Matt, if you're still listening in, once again, congratulations on your engagement, and to Julie, of course, as well. And enjoy your breakfast. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, all right, I'm feeling pumped. Let's move on with the rest of the show. We're going to move on from the Play-Doh movie. Okay, chat. Your thoughts on the Play-Doh movie, and also since we brought it up just now, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Oscars? It's going to be telecast tomorrow night. Do you have any favorites in any of the categories? I'm personally rooting for Dune for Best Picture. I think Power of the Dog or Coda are probably more likely to win it. The buzz seems to be around both of those movies, neither of which I've seen. Hopefully, I'll get to them this weekend. But yeah, I was really blown away by how well Dune turned out, and I was a big fan of In the Heights as well. The film that John M. Chu directed didn't get any love at the Oscars, no nominations, which is an absolute travesty. And I was also a fan of an independent Western called Old Henry with Tim Blake Nelson, who in a perfect world should have been nominated himself this year. All right, we're going to move back to the chat. Bone with I don't watch too many movies, but Dune was great. Yes, Dune was outstanding. I was very happy with how well that turned out. Denis Villeneuve got snubbed for a Best Director nomination. I'm not too happy about that either. But I don't know. Maybe they're going to wait until Dune finishes out its cycle, because obviously they're going to make another. There will be a part 2 and possibly a part 3. And I've also been hearing some rumors that Dune Messiah might be in the works. So I'm hoping we eventually get all the books. But we'll see. Right now, that's just speculation. So yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Dune for Best Picture. I think it'll probably end up winning the most awards, regardless of if it gets Best Picture or not. But it's up against some stiff competition. Usually by this point, I've seen most, if not all, of the Best Picture nominees, but so far I've only seen 4. Aforementioned Dune. I've seen King Richard. I've seen Belfast, and I'm blanking out on what the other one was, but I know I've seen at least one other one. Anyway, but yeah, yeah, I'm with Bone on this one. Dune was pretty good. All right, I'm gonna take another sip of tea here. Take a drink, smoke them if you got them. We're going to move on to our next story. Live action giant robot movie Voltron sparks bidding war. Sometimes we hear about big movie projects while their status is very much static. And the story we're trying to report on isn't actually over quite yet. Maybe I ought to read that again. Sometimes we hear about big movie projects while their status is very much static. And the story we're trying to report isn't actually quite over quite yet. Yeah, it's a tough sentence. It's early, people. I woke up before noon for this. All right, let's just move on. An example of that this week is the live action Voltron movie, which has been bouncing around in development for several years, dating back most likely to when the first Transformers movies were box office hits. Voltron is already a multimedia franchise, but it is best known for the various TV shows which have been spun off into things like toys, comic books, and video games. The status of the Voltron movie right now is that Rawson Marshall Thurber, who is the writer and director of Red Notice, Skyscraper, and Dodgeball, has signed on to direct Voltron, and that news ignited a bidding war among several studios and streamers. Curiously absent from the list is Netflix, which not only produced Thurber's most recent film Red Notice, but also produced the successful animated series called Voltron Legendary Defender that ran for 8 seasons. 8 seasons on Netflix, I'm surprised. Ending in 2018. Since the 2000s, the companies that have tried to make the Voltron movie have included New Regency, Relativity Media, and DreamWorks. Okay, so do we have any Voltron fans in the chat? What do you think of the director? Are you looking forward to a live action film, and who do you think should star? Also, I'm curious if anybody in the chat has seen Red Notice, and would like to let me know what they thought of that movie, because I've heard kind of mixed things about that one. What do you think of the fact that Netflix is not involved, even though you think they would be? All right. Voltron. Hey, if it's good, I'm down for it. And we're going to okay. Well, hmm. Hey, this is tricky because I would hope that by the time we got to a Voltron movie that all of this day and date stuff will be over and done with. Because I think, as we mentioned with the Godzilla versus Kong story earlier, they left a lot of money on the table going day and date on that film, and hopefully they won't make the same mistake for Voltron, because I know Voltron, if that movie is any good at all, even in the slightest, that could be $1 billion movie. So, but the fact that Netflix seems to have backed away from it is curious. Okay, Bone says, I watched the Voltron as a kid. Hopefully they don't ruin it. Yeah, hopefully not. Yeah, here's the good news. Disney is not involved. So we've got that in our favor. Um, okay. Since you're familiar with Voltron, Bone, what do you think? Do you think it would be better off if it were an animated film, or are you looking forward to a live action? Would it be too much like Pacific Rim, or what? I'm kind of I'm kind of curious now because now that we've had two Pacific Rim movies, and I think an animated series for that as well. Uh, I'm wondering if that would steal Voltron's thunder, or if there's room for both. Could be good. Okay. All right. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye out on this one. See if there's any casting news, or and we'll see how things shape up behind the camera as well. So I'm going to put myself down as cautiously optimistic for Voltron. I'm going to move on, and all right. Well, that's looks like that's it for this week, folks. Marvel introducing Nova into the MCU. Godzilla vs. Kong sequel is on the way. Live action Voltron. A remake of we have not a remake, but a film version of the Broadway musical version of The Color Purple. We have a Colonel Sanders biopic, as well as one for Anna May Wong. Yeah, this turned out to be a rather interesting week. I was afraid it was going to be slow. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone who joined us in the chat. The lovely Sherry, Words and Pictures, Bone, Tez Matus, and everybody who's going to be watching the replay. I want to thank you for stopping by, and let me know down in the comments if there's anything I can personally do differently. You can say, get rid of that deleted scenes guy and bring back Matt. That's fine. So yes, guys, we got some. We had an announcement. Matt and Julie did get engaged. I wanted to hold back on that news because I didn't know if they wanted me to bring that up on the show. But so once again, congratulations to Matt and Julie. Moan says a Colonel Sanders anime would be interesting. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. I think we could use a good. I gotta think it's going to be at least a little bit comedic. you know. Um, sorry about that. I lost my headphones. Okay, if you can still hear me. All right, had a little audio issue on my own there for a second. Alrighty. Yeah, and of course, as I said earlier, my own channel hit 50 subs last night, so I'm very happy about that. I am a credited associate producer on the documentary In Search of Tomorrow, which I finally got a chance to sit down and watch straight through last night, and it is outstanding. Lengthy. It's 5 hours long, but there's a lot of great interviews and a lot of great clips. So that 5 hours goes by pretty quick. You know, it is a little ironic that that I said that I thought Batman was too long at 3 hours, and then I financially back a 5 hour movie. You got me on that one. But yeah, see, I'm feeling really good right now. And I want to once again thank everybody in the chat. You guys are great. You're why I do this. You're why I come back every week. You're why I created my own channel. So we are going to be back next week. Hopefully, Matt will be back with us. And a little bit of a housekeeping here. Our friend Brandon, the anime guy, will be going live here in about 7 minutes for his weekly show. And you're welcome, Pacific 414. Pacific has his own channel, so go over there and check that out. And Pacific, we got to get together one of these days and see if I can't maybe take you up on your offer by coming on your channel. Hopefully, when I get my webcam straightened out, so you can actually see me on the air, and yeah. So I lost my train of thought. Where were we? Oh, that happens sometimes. Okay, yes. Brandon, our pal Brandon, the anime guy, is going to be on here in a few minutes. So go over there and show his channel some love. I know Pulp Culture Minefield's Saturday show is going to be will be starting shortly after that at, I believe, 1 p.m. I am going to be appearing on Rambling Canucks Karaoke Saturday night. That'll be tonight at 10 p.m. And I'm sure Jedi Bill will have his after party karaoke show, so I might show up there. And I'm going to be joining Jedi Bill 797 for his Saturday for his Sunday Western theater. And this week we are going to be watching the classic Western The Wild Bunch. So I'm really looking forward to that because that's one of my favorite ever movies. Pacific, yes, let's make that happen. Indeed. Yeah, definitely we got to do that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me. I want to once again thank Matt for being here. Uh, we had a cameo from the lovely Wonder Julie. And once again, to everybody in the chat or everybody who's just lurking and listening in, I want to thank you all very much for being here. This has been a great show. This was episode 30. And here's to 30 more. Words and pictures. See you for the Wild Bunch. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. I definitely plan to be there for the show. I think that's going to be. I think he moved it up to 5 o'clock Eastern. Keep an eye on Jedi Bill's channel, and I'm definitely going to be tweeting that out beforehand. So okay, we're going to wrap it up right here. I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank Matt. I want to thank Julie. Please share out the link. If you are not subscribed, please do so. And if you are subscribed, make sure that you are still subscribed, because every once in a while you get bumped off the system. So check your bell icon and keep an eye out for the notifications. We are going to be back next week. And until then, this is Deleted Scenes signing off.